Hi you guys, welcome back. So this is part 2 of my sort of documentary series of Tiffany Henyard's earlier days in office as the mayor, and I'm giving some highlights on when things started to go wrong. Part 1 in this little series is right before this video in case you wanted to get caught up before watching part 2. So no long intro today. If you're new here and like what you hear, please leave this video a like, and if you're a returning subscriber, please leave it a like as well. Let's start the show.
B, approval of resolution 21- related to a contract for media consultants, high society management. I'm gonna open the floor up. Anybody have any discussion regarding this? No discussion? Okay. Is there an approval can I have a motion to approve a contract with high society management? Okay. Do the board have any discussion regarding it? Yeah. You got anything to say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think that we discussed the PR ones before, but overall, I just want to wait until I know that Chris said during the finance meeting, we need to watch our spending on our finances. So I just want to wait to see what things are. That's my answer with that.
So now the public is getting additional 5 days to review the budget and come up with questions. And again, I repeat, if you have questions, send an email so they get answered before Monday so that everything is taken care of.
What they're reading from, they have such budget and appropriation orders should be prepared in tentative form, to be made conveniently available to public inspection for at least 30 days prior to final action thereon.
Oh, that's a question? Ask me, is it 30 days? Was that the question?
Yes.
I'm reading it right here. The municipal law states 10 days. So we well within the rights of what we supposed to do, which is make it available for 10 days. You can go read the municipal code to find out what I'm stating. Anybody that is really truly a Dolton resident and not an outsider, know the schedule here at the village. If you want to view or see anything, we have meetings every first and third Monday, and we normally announce what we're going to do, and we post it on our website and also on the door as relate to a special board meeting.
And a resident did say that they were not able to get a copy of the budget. I was there today taking care of some business with a dog tag next door, and a resident did say that they were unable to get a copy of the budget and walked out without a copy.
Okay, and I think I just responded to that by stating that if someone did not get a copy, they can come to Village Hall and get one tomorrow. I couldn't answer why they didn't get a copy of the budget, but the budget is made available. As you can see, someone do have a physical copy of the budget, so I don't know what got mixed up right then and there. And then once that happened, anybody could have came in here and got it corrected for them. So by them coming to you outside, you could have came in, got the budget for them and gave it to them, or called me or whatever, just so we could have rectified the situation if that did happen.
So this is a common statement we're going to see from Tiffany Henyard, and we see that to this day. You could have called me, you could have called such and such, you could have seen about it before we got to the board meeting and we put on a show. We see this over and over up to this day.
All right, thank you. Next on the agenda is Melanie Fitness, Trustee Brown.
Good evening, all. It'll be very, very brief. With the fitness center, after talking to the finance committee chair, we are still losing funds for the Melanie Fitness Center. May through August, we have a loss of $25,000. As of today, we don't have any plans as to what we're going to do with the Melanie Fitness Center, but I will reach out to the mayor. I know you once spoke about maybe having the YMCA to come over and take a look at that facility. But as of today, we have no plans as to what we're going to do with that. But we still have the cafe that's the only vendor that's utilizing that facility right now. But we definitely have to come up with something, because within 4 months, we've lost $25,000, and there's still 4 more months to continue throughout this year. So we definitely know we'll be at a loss. But I definitely will reach out to you. We can probably come up with a meeting to meet and see what are some of the ideas that we want to do with the fitness center.
an update as it relates to Melanie Fitness. It is on the table for YMCA. No one has gotten back with us. I know that the attorneys have reached out to them to get a clear answer of direction. Either A, they want to move forward with us and rent the facility, or is it a dead no? So I'm hoping to have some clarity by the end of this month is what I put the deadline as it relates to yes or no with YMCA. The second option on the table was regarding our government bodies. So that's the park, the library, and the school boards. Now I've met with all the presidents of each body, and they both have agreed that they would take on the burden as it relates to the price. They have to get their board on board in order to move forward. So I had Chris to divide the numbers to tell them each of how much it would cost if each of them take a portion of it. That way it can stay within the community, and each of them can use it for the kids that do go to Thorn Ridge, Lincoln School, things of that nature. So those are two options that is on the table currently for Melanie Fitness. Next we have Melanie Fitness, Trustee Brown.
Good evening, all. Just want to give an update on the Melanie Fitness Center. As of December 2021, we are $51,019.31 in the negative for Melanie Fitness Center. I know we also spoke on possibly getting a appraisal done. We did have an appraisal back in 2017, and that was from CBRE Incorporated. And I did speak to Keith Freeman, Administrator Keith Freeman, about getting an updated appraisal report. I know that the Park District is also interested in possibly purchasing that property, but an appraisal is needed for that property. So definitely we'll reach out to Administrator Freeman and see where he stands as to an appraisal getting done on that property. So he was forwarded the information he needs to. He did get an appraisal person from me, and he also will get an appraisal for commercial property from Trustee Norwood. So we definitely will be moving forward with that process of getting that property appraised and possibly out there to see if that property can be sold.
All right, you guys. So Melanie Fitness Center has been around for a while, and it was named after one of the previous mayor's daughters, but unfortunately it hasn't been thriving. So it hasn't really been bringing in any real revenue. And so Trustee Tammy Brown is just trying to suggest, how they can sell the property, get it appraised, get something in there that can start generating revenue for the village. So let's hear what Tiffany has to say.
Right, and just to add to what you stated, we already did an appraisal on that. I know myself and another trustee was dealing with that situation in the past. So I don't think we should waste more money and do another appraisal. The appraisal is still good. So you guys should just pull that appraisal. You can pull it through Allison Key, and it's already on file. So we don't have to waste any more money.
When was the appraisal completed?
That could have been 2 years ago. I believe it was 2 years.
2017.
Right, so appraisals are only good on commercial property for 1 year, correct, Trustee Norwood?
Yeah, because the market, so Mayor, the market has just changed from 2017. So I definitely suggest that we get an updated appraisal because everyone knows it's a seller's market. So right now the values are up as opposed to 2017.
Okay, so I guess my thing to everyone would be to make sure you have an offer, not waste money. If y'all don't even have an offer on the property currently right now, that would be my suggestion to everyone. So I will talk to the attorney and I will talk to the village as well as relates to that. But
the only reason why we asked for an appraiser, a possible buyer is interested and would like an appraisal. So that's the only reason why I asked for an appraisal.
No, that's fine. But we don't pay for anyone's appraisal. They pay for their own appraisal if they really truly want to come to village. We're not going to tell them what it appraised at anyway. Their job is to make a proposal and give it to the village and tell us what they would like to offer to us. We do not spend money to help them give us money. No.
Yeah. So Mayor, just so
wait a minute, hold up, Brittany. The only appraisal was done so that we would know when we do make that offer. So that's why I asked for an appraisal. Right. But if things are going to go in that direction, then that's fine. But I knew Jason had sent me that one for 2017. And when I talked to Trustee Norwood, she suggested that 2017 is almost 4 years ago. So that's the reason why.
Okay, so we could talk offline to go back and forth over it just to cut down on the time of it, but I still suggest we do not do another appraisal. You guys can go back to the same appraisal company and they can revise the numbers for you, but that's a waste of money. So I'm gonna leave it at that. We'll move forward.
We're talking about a property that hasn't been appraised in 4 years, okay? But as we see, Tiffany Henyard is not with us. She's just basically shutting it down. Now, why is she shutting this idea down? And it seems like a pretty good idea, seeing as how this is a property, this is a business that hasn't really been bringing in any real revenue. And now the trustees are trying to figure out something to do with it. She's shutting down this idea from the trustees because if we fast forward to nowadays, we see that her plans all along was to try to make one half of the building into a police station and then the other half into a community center. But she wanted to take the credit for that after it was all said and done. Where she messed up and she put the cart before the horse is she brought the $50,000 sign before everything was approved, before the blueprints were even drawn up. It was just a hot mess. And now there's an empty building there. Melanie Fitness is no longer open. And then the other side of the building is empty with a police sign on it.
Next,
We'll move forward. I'll get with you and we can set a date. We can sit down and talk about it. Thank you.
We move forward. Point of order. Thank you.
I got a question for a department head. May I be recognized?
We're done with the reports right now, trustees. So if you want, you can email it to them or text them to go over it.
Can the host stop muting me, please? Whoever the host is, stop muting my mic.
So they just told you guys if you're not recognized or nothing going on, everything will be muted so we can move on with our agenda. If you have any questions hold on, trustee. If you have any questions for any department heads or anyone on here, you guys can email them so we can move forward with our agenda.
If only thing about that, I asked a question to the department, I don't get the answer. We asked about the amnesty program 5 times already with the water department. We haven't got the answer, nobody. So we wait for a public meeting. We haven't got that answer from Mr. Moore yet.
Okay, so again, if you saying you haven't gotten any answers as relates to things from any department, I always tell you guys, and I'll say it again, call my phone. I tell y'all that always. So when we don't have to get here to this board meeting, you say that someone did not give you any information. I cannot address nothing if I don't know about it. So again, I'm directing you to basically either call me, send an email, call Keith Freeman. He's been very open to everybody here on this board and everyone talks to everyone. So it's not a problem. So just if you could use any one of them outlets.
You know, I should be able to ask the department head a question. I asked him to come to my meeting, he didn't come. I asked him a few times, I asked Keith about the amnesty. Stop unmuting me. I'm talking right now. Whoever the host, stop unmuting.
Okay, so
finish my point.
Trustee,
I'm done.
Your point is noted. We're gonna just move forward. If you could, you and I can talk after the board meeting to get whatever address that you need. So next we have corporate bills, Jason House. Trustee.
Okay, well now I was confused. Trustee Steve, were you finished with your point? I will yield my time to him if he had.
Yeah, I was finished, but they keep unmuting me.
Right. Point of order, guys. Point of order. So what I'm stating is that we would address any of his concerns after the meeting. I would like to move forward with the agenda so we can move forward with the corporate bills. Trustee House, you have the floor.
So Mayor, so I'm gonna pause for a moment because I understand what you're saying and we all want to get through the agenda. But I feel that we're gonna waste more time having these discussions versus just actually asking a question and addressing it. So okay. That's why I chose to yield my time. And should I do so? I think that is completely inconsiderate to just mute somebody during their speech. So if Trustee Steve is done, I will proceed with corporate bills. However, that was my reason for yielding.
Okay, point of order. Once again, we're gonna move forward to the corporate bills. We're not gonna have a debate or discussion as relates to question Q&A. If anyone have any questions, I'm telling you guys the proper way to handle it so that we can take care of the business here at the board meeting and not put on a show as relates to back and forth. So if anybody have any questions, you can reach out to Keith Freeman or myself to address any concern anyone has. So him asking him a question or going back and forth is not gonna get anything accomplished tonight. So if you would call my phone or call Keith or email Keith and we will address anything that any board member has moving forward. So right now we are on corporate bills.
So Mayor, is your stance that the board is not allowed to speak with department heads?
It is not, trustee, and I'm not about to do that with you. I'm not about to go back and forth. So is you going to move forward, or I need to call on someone else to go over the corporate bill, sir?
I just wanted an answer to the question. That was all, Mayor.
It's been answered and we moving forward. So here we go. Point of order. Move on. We on corporate bills.
Man, if we don't help, hold on.
Hold on. Trustee Steves, we're not about to do that tonight. Trustee House, we're not about to do that.
Okay, so maybe let's have this whole conversation. Can I motion that we go to executive session to discuss the proper way, so that way we're not here?
No, we're not. We're about to move on to corporate bills.
We're either going to motion to go in.
Either going to motion to go into executive session,
or motion to adjourn.
We'll adjourn the whole meeting.
But that's on you guys. We still have to take care of the business at hand, which is pay the bills. Because everyone throws tantrums, people get mad. Y'all got to be adults.
So in my opinion, this is where she really messed up, okay? Because if they weren't that mad before, they're definitely mad now. She essentially just called them big babies, all right? She's telling grown men that they're throwing tantrums when their concerns are valid, because the host keeps muting their mics. And like I said before, these Zoom meetings are probably a hassle to deal with anyway. But what is she doing? She's throwing their concerns out the window and she's saying, whatever, we're going to move on. You can call my phone, call Keith, email, when we know that doesn't work. It didn't work then and it doesn't work now.
We can't sit here and say,
my motion is to go in executive session. May I ask for a second?
You out of order, trustee.
Second.
You're out of order.
I'm second.
We're not going to sit here and keep pausing when everyone gets upset about something. We move on with the business. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to answer whatever questions you need. Don't come to a board meeting and do this. This is what we do because people don't get their way. So
you've been the queen of doing petty stuff since you've been in office.
We're not about to do that. Are we moving on to corporate bills?
No, we're not moving on to corporate bills.
Okay.
We're going to make a motion to it.
Okay, well, go ahead. Go right ahead.
Can the host stop muting me while I'm speaking?
Oh, go ahead.
Disrespectful as hell.
What's your motion?
Stop muting me.
Well, you guys, this board meeting is turning into a dysfunctional family function, okay? Needless to say, it doesn't get any better. And we got stubborn Tiffany Henyard. She doesn't want to bring it together. She doesn't want to be the leader at this point in time. She wants to argue back and forth with the trustees. And the trustees are upset. So that meeting was a wash.
Total corporate payments on this register, $1,755,612.92. I would motion that we pay registers 192 and 196 collectively. However, I do have 6 items that I would like to remove from this warrant list until we get a chance to inspect the invoices. So my motion is to pay the bills with the exception of those 6 items until we have the opportunity to review the invoices that were emailed to me at 5 o'clock this evening.
So the Board of Trustees, I don't have the date exact, approved $5,000 to be paid for the fireworks. We only paid $3,000. So we owe them $2,000. So we approved this in the beginning when we first started with the fireworks. So I don't understand what's the reason for removing the $2,000 that's owed to them?
I'm sorry, that's for me, Mayor?
Yeah, you the one making a motion to remove it, so I don't know who else.
The 4th of July festivities exceeded $5,000. So there were some additional funds that were paid on the last warrant list that exceeded the $5,000. So that's the reason for removal of this item.
Okay, so what items was overexceeded? Because nothing overexceeded anything. Money was donated to pay people. The only thing that we had was the $5,000. So can you tell me what's exceeded?
What I will do is, for that one, because I think this was discussed in the last meeting as well. So I will gather the items and I'll send you a detailed listing.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't discussed in the last agenda. So I'm asking why are you guys not paying the Med Bomber? The problem y'all had was when it was $7,000 for the $5,000 and the 2 that we owed. So we decreased it to $2,000, which is the 2 that we owe from when we paid them from the beginning. We only put down a deposit of $3,000. So we still owe $2,000 to Mayor Bomber. So that's that one. And then what's the third one?
Delgado Law Group, $32,589 on page 10.
Okay, and what's the reason that you don't want to pay the prosecutor?
My reason for all of these items is I requested the invoices for these for review on Friday, and I did not receive the invoice until 5 o'clock this afternoon. So I'm just seeking time to review them, and assuming that everything looks compliant, then we'll resubmit it for payment.
Yeah, everything's compliant. We never done anything wrong that you can't pay bills. But when would you be guys paying these bills?
But my ask would be that we get the invoices and the information a little bit more timely, so that way we can move forward with the information in hand.
Okay, so let's back up, because I see where this is going.